ourselves. We literally conceded 4 goals when we won the Champions League, bro.
It's a great record, but what happened last night, bro? Because I couldn't really focus on the game because I was watching the others. But the online discourse that I've seen since Don is a madness. Like people, there's one account. I'm gonna read out what he said actually. Right,
civil war. It's a civil war right now. It's not safe on
it is. Now. But I saw this this tweet, and this is someone who clearly doesn't call out managers. His name's Gus, right? He said, calling for managers to be sacked isn't done lightly. I hate the constant turnover of managers, but it only makes sense to keep faith with one if they show signs of progress and their methods are proven. Maresca offers neither. It seems a lot of people are turning on the manager. It's another game that you lost. Top 4 or Champions League qualification looks all but lost. And if you actually look at since you got into that title race in December until now, you've been no better than Man United, and we have rightfully been called out. We're rightfully called out, but the points per game, the goals scored and conceded, it's all very, very similar by and large. What's going wrong? Because you guys seem to just be the way you're performing. There's no guarantees you're winning this thing. I feel everybody thought you would. If you play out that against Fiorentina, you play out that against Betis in a final. They beat you. They beat you. They've got much better players. Why are you so bad? No shade. Real question. Why are you so bad at the moment?
Yeah, bro, it's a mixture of things right now, man. I think last week we played them away. The first half we were shocking. I think the main thing for me actually in the first half was the fact that Nkunku was playing up top. As soon as George went up top, we scored 3 goals. You know what I mean? We were very clinical in front of goal, and we created some good chances. Whereas yesterday, I looked at a bunch of players, bro, that took their foot off the gas and we're 3-0 up already. These guys are some Polish team. They're 5th in their league. We're through already. We don't have to do much. I've seen a lot of players going through the motions. I'm seeing Jackson not really trying to get involved in the game. I'm seeing Palmer missing another big chance. You know what I mean? I'm seeing Nkunku missing another big chance. It was just a bit of a shambles, man. Jorgensen had his worst game of the season yesterday. He gave away a penalty, which was mad. The save for the penalty as well, Terry. I don't know if you've seen the replay on the save with the penalty, right? Man could have literally just grabbed the ball. It would just kind of slip past his hand. It went in. And there was another moment in the second half where he tried to save the ball. He did a similar thing to Onana, where the ball just kind of bounced in front of him and he fouled the guy. But luckily, we didn't give away a penalty for that one, right? But overall, bro, even Reece spoke about it after the game. Like, I didn't need Reece to come out and say this. These guys mentally yesterday were not up for it. I'm seeing a lot of people right now are, trying to crash it on Maresca for playing people out of position. I hear it because I said the exact same thing about Poch. Like, for example, Reece is still playing in midfield right now. Why can't you use him at the weekend, right? You've got Jackson and Palmer started the game yesterday. Why can't you give those minutes to guys like George, which I understand. But at the same time, you've got to remember, Jackson and Palmer right now are not in good form. They played against Ipswich the other day and they were both pathetic, right? So we have to make sure that we can try and get these guys confident again. We got to get them firing again before we play Fulham. That was the idea of it, right? Jackson came off at halftime. Palmer came off, I think, 15 minutes into the second half. That was that. And then when you talk about Reece, the bigger problem here is the squad building, Terry. Because if you go back to my streams in the summer, and even here, I was telling you guys, loaning out Santos and Leslie was a bad idea because we're not going to have any cover if Lavia doesn't stay fit this season. And once again, Lavia hasn't been able to stay fit. We brought in this kid Amugu from France. Obviously, Maresca don't trust him right now. So Reece right now, whilst Lavia can't stay fit, is basically their backup. And that's why you're seeing him there, right? If we had Santos in the team or Leslie in the team or Lavia in the team, I highly doubt Reece would be playing in midfield, right? If it's up to me, I'm playing Raksaki. I'm playing Amugu. But I'm not Maresca. You know what I'm saying? I don't pick these things, right? So, again, there's a bigger problem here. It's the sporting directors that decided to loan out both those midfielders. And now we're in a situation where Reece has been used as backup. You know what I mean? So, end of the day, he's got a big task because we've got Fulham at the weekend. I'm going to be at that game as well. He needs to make sure that he motivates these players, right? Against Ipswich, I know people are cooking him after that game as well. But, bro, 32 shots on goal, 4 big chances. We only scored 2 goals. It was pathetic, yeah? I'm seeing Cucurella again yesterday, Terry. We've got a left back that's got better box movement than our striker, yeah? How embarrassing is that, bro? You know what I mean? He actually scored 2 goals yesterday. One of them was disallowed. And again, it was more box movement from him, yeah? Sancho right now, another assist. He's actually been playing well the past few games. I can't lie. He got an assist yesterday. He scored when he came on the other day. He's actually doing quite well. Clearly, my man wants to stay in Kennington, bro, because he plays in London right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? So we need to make sure on Sunday we bounce back because the only thing that's going to save Maresca right now is performances.
Do you honestly think you will bounce back though? Because
I'm not confident.
Yeah, the super chat. There's a super chat came through here. I know there's a lot of super chats waiting. We'll come to you soon. It says Chelsea better than United, 6 versus 14th. Okay, well you didn't listen to what I said. You got into a title race in mid-December. From that point until now, the form's been the same, and you can't ignore 4.5 months of football and call it a blip. That's not a blip. That's more you've leveled out, if that makes sense. Like Man United right now are not in a blip. We're just not a very good team. It's going to take a time to build us back up. So that's what I said. But there's been a handful of good performances in 4 months. And now you go away to a Fulham team that are playing very good football. I mean, if you perform like you did in your last 2 or 3 games, I mean, they could batter you. Like it could happen. But you make
it could go 2 ways though, because we created very good chances against Ipswich, right? If we created similar level of chances and we're actually clinical, we can beat these teams. Yeah,
mate, you're talking about a team that's relegated, that's guaranteed to go down. Like I think that's what.
Yeah, but it's not just. Yeah, but Lawless, we didn't just create chances against Ipswich, bro. We've missed the most big chances this season. We have our finishing right now, our conversion right is relegation level. That's how bad it is. Only Leicester have a worse conversion than Chelsea in 2025, right? Which coincides with the big chances that we're missing. We're not shooting from outside the box every time, bro. I'm seeing man missing in the box, and I'm like, even against Ipswich last week, Jackson, bro. I don't know if you've seen the chance that he missed. That's bread and butter for any striker in this league, bro. That's bread and butter for any striker in this league. I watched the video. I even sent it to you, man, in the group chat. Jackson's last 20 shots, and it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I keep telling you, look, this guy came to Europe in 2019. He did not have the development that even Mark Gill had for Barcelona. This guy played with Yamal. People want to laugh about Mark Gill or how the mighty have fallen. The mighty have fallen, but the reality is he is our player, right? Use him more often. I kept telling you guys, I want to see this guy play. I want to see this guy play. All of a sudden, he plays against West Ham. He helps us win the game. It's, I want to see Gill play now. But he gets injured. You know what I mean? I don't know why people act as if Jackson's fucking Isak where he can't be dropped. He's a squad player at best, bro. Yeah? Palmer, why can't Palmer be criticized? Why does everything always have to be Maresca? Yeah? Oh, it's because he's playing in the left half space. Well, why am I seeing him missing in the right half space as well? Right? Why is it the last 20 shots I've watched of my man, he's mainly getting the ball from a right position and he's running onto it and he's missing, bro. Yeah? But no, it's all Maresca. You know what I'm saying? I've blamed everyone this season, bro. I blamed the sporting director, I blamed Maresca, I blamed the players.
What do you think's wrong with Palmer? Because it can't just be the manager's tactics, because it's, as you say, I watch every Chelsea game as well. It's what he does with the ball. It's not big. Sometimes you can have a player in a team that's underperforming, but like last season, but Palmer delivered. His touches off, his passing's off, his shooting's poor. What do you think's gone wrong? Because again, you're talking 15, 16 games now. It isn't.
Can I read you something, Terry? Yeah, let me read you something. Go on. So Cole Palmer last season, he created 17 big chances all season. Yeah, and he only missed 7 big chances. This season, he's actually created more big chances. Created 20. So again, his teammates are letting him down because like the likes of Jackson and that aren't finishing the chances he's created. Yeah. I told you before there was like 30 chances man created, 0 assists. And then you look at someone else like my man at Fulham. What's that left back's name? What's his name?
Robson.
Yeah, he had double the assists, bro. Less expected assists at that time. That goes to show you that the conversion in the team's bad, right? This season, Cole Palmer has missed 13 big chances. He has missed more, basically double the big chances he missed last season, right? And people need to remember, we're not winning as many penalties as what we won last season. So his goals have actually gone down because he's not taking as many pens as well. You know what I mean?
So I understand that, but I'm going to kind of quote you back to yourself. I get he's creating chances in some games, but the performances, aside from the GA and the chance
creation, decision making has not been good.
But what I'm trying to understand from you is, what is it? This was a player last year that whether he scored or assisted or created or not, he was lighting up games and he was dragging. And you'd use it as an example when you were comparing him to Saka and say, well, if Saka's not scoring or assisting, what's he doing? Why do you think Palmer is having such a poor impact on games aside from GA?
I think it's confidence. I think his confidence is on the floor right now, man. Like even when he missed the penalty against Leicester, that was the first time Cole Palmer's been in now 18 months. That's the first time where I was like, yo, this guy's gonna miss. I could see it in his face. I could see his body language. I could see his facial expressions. You know, he's getting really frustrated at himself right now. He's trying a little bit too hard at times. I honestly feel like once that 1 goal goes in or 2 goals go in, or he starts to get more assists and that, he will lift up again. You know, confidence is a massive thing in football right now, man. Right now, you know, last season, everything he was touching was going in. This season, he's not getting the same luck. You know,
I
so
find though sometimes the confidence thing. I'm not saying it's not real, but there's times we can use it as a bit of a cop out way to excuse favored players for just not performing, not stepping up. Like we've all done it. I'm not saying, and I'm not even calling you out. Like, we've all done it. We've looked at the players, and it's the player that we tend to like. Say, like for me, like Kudus. If Kudus ain't performing, I'm more likely to go, it's confidence, rather than go, he's just been crap. He's not putting the effort. He's not. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas I feel like.
Let me give you an example, though. Let me give you an example, right? This season, we played Neto up top against Aston Villa. Yeah, he actually problem solved, and we played quite well in terms of creating chances. Better than what we did the week before against Brighton, right? Cole Palmer gets an opportunity to score against Martinez. Martinez came out. If you remember that chance that he had, Martinez came out. Cole Palmer, confident and firing Cole Palmer, would have done something their way, chipping him cheekily, or he'll go around him, he'll do something nice, like what we saw him do against Luton last season when he was confident. This time round, man slips, he slips everywhere, he just fluffs at it. That's a guy that's not confident right now, bro. That's a guy that's quite rash.
What can you do then to fix that? Is that a man management thing? Does Maresca need to find a way to get inside his head, or you have to just wait till he inevitably eventually scores against someone and hope that, well, he's confident now because he's got a goal and he's just going to be back to normal? I don't know, man. That sounds like a little bit of hopium.
Yeah, bro. Listen, that's what I think he needs, man. I think Maresca needs to keep motivating this guy, letting him know how good he is, right? Making sure that he's giving him all the tools possible, bro. Right? If you've got to play him in the right half space at times, you go do that. But like I said, the issue that I've had with this guy, both positions I've seen him playing this season, he's not been clinical. I've been telling you lot this season from early, this guy's not been clinical. My eyes don't lie to me. So when I go check his conversion rate right now, one of the worst in the league. Some of the chances I'm seeing Palmer missing, Lawless. Yeah, there's certain guys in your team. For example, Bowen, right? There's certain chances Bowen will get where you're like, yo, it's going in now. That's a goal, because you know how good he is in front of goal. And that's the same thing as Palmer. I'm seeing him getting many chances where I'm like, yo, that's a goal, and he's missing, and I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Do you know what, Don? As this super chat is up, it's really interesting. I was going to ask you. It ties into this mentality, right? Before you answer it, there's this big Chelsea account, Dean CFC. Yeah. He said we were sitting 14th under Pochettino, but the players never gave up on him for a second. They fought for him right until the final whistle of the season. That's what real leadership looks like. This season, you can just feel it. They're not fighting for Maresca. Now, and you might not agree, but do you think there's any truth in that?
Bro, this is what I mean, though. If you're going to criticize Maresca, bro, criticize him. But don't compare him to that bozo, yeah? Don't compare him to a guy that went to the Emirates and got smoked 5-0. Don't compare him to a guy that lost 4-1 at Anfield and loses 4-2 to Wolves in the same week, right? Don't compare him to a guy that kept conceding every fucking set piece
where's that comment? I can't find it.
You know this guy can't get over it. He can't get over Poch. I don't know what Poch has over him. You know what I mean? I don't know what Poch has over this guy, but he always talks about Poch.
Yeah, 1 sec. I was going to put up on the screen. What time did he write the comment? I can't find it.
No. I found it from a big Chelsea account.
Oh, sorry. So I thought we had a live chat.
Yeah, we had Jackson. We had Jackson last season that was running off the bench to celebrate with people, getting himself booked, right? And he's getting himself suspended. And you're telling me about leadership? That guy was a substitute teacher, bro. No one respected him like that. You know what I mean? If you want to criticize Maresca, hold on. If you want to criticize Maresca's leadership, do that. But do not use Poch's leadership as a stick to beat him with.
Do you feel like they're not fighting for him, though? Like I said, because he just doesn't have the. He's not instilling the mentality. He doesn't seem to have the players. He can't seem to get the players fighting for him when chips are down.
There's holes in this team, bro. There's holes in this team, man. Because regardless of us not being on good form right now, I'm still seeing us creating more than enough good chances to be beating these teams. Yeah, more than enough good chances. We have a competent striker in our team right now. We're at least 10 points better off. Yeah. At least 10 points better off, even though he's doing certain things in terms of the mismanagement. You know what I mean? Even though certain men have been injured recently. Bro, the finish in the season has been pathetic. It's even been worse than last year. That's how bad it's been, bro. Jackson scored, 9 goals this season early on, yeah? Right now, bro, the guy's got 11 goal drought right now. And it's not like we're not creating for him. We're creating for him. You know what I mean? So let's actually hold these guys accountable again. People like to say to me, you didn't have this energy for Poch. Bro, go back to last season. Yeah, even go back to the final when we played Liverpool. Jem and Ches were with me. They were trying to make excuses for Maresca, for Enzo Fernandez and Gusto. I said, bro, the way Poch has set the team up today is perfectly fine. These guys are nervous. I'm seeing Gusto taking some loose touches. I'm seeing Enzo running about sluggish. These guys are not playing well. It's Poch. He set the team up well, and we kept missing chances. What I blame Poch for was extra time when he just decided to sit back and all these kids were just coming on to us to end up scoring in the last minute of the game, right? There's many games last season where I blame the players more than Poch. So no one can try and tell me about
the season strong though, Don, right? Like,
yeah, but the narrative last season, don't forget, these same people that are now sucking off Poch, they're the same people end of last season that were saying, oh, everyone's on the beach anyway. Everyone's on the beach anyway. These players are still shit. Yeah. Now it's Poch was starting to fix up. Let's not change things, people. I remember last summer, I was sitting here with Hannah, with Terry. I think Staffy was even in that stream. There were people calling for Poch's head in September. Yeah. In August, September, there was people saying, get Poch out of the club. And I was telling these guys, relax, give him a little bit more time. We've got guys injured. Let's just wait and see. Yeah. I waited till February to tell this guy, get the fuck out when we lost to Wolves. That same week, Lawless, we conceded 8 goals in the same week. Yeah. Jeez. You know what I'm saying?
I see here on a super chat, it says Dean FC says using Chilwell as left wing is genius from Potts. Did he say that? Oh wow.
No, that's the type of shit he'll say though.
Because I didn't know. Like people were saying, I'm using like the worst account, but I didn't know this guy. Like I was trying to find this quote from Maresca, what he said about potentially getting sacked or getting out, and I come across that tweet, so I didn't know he's not a good account.
D Garcia here says, so we pick and choose Chelsea results. I wonder if we can pick and choose United results. It's not about picking and choosing, because you were praised by myself and everybody else for that brilliant run from the beginning of the season.
I think that's a Man United fan.
Terry, I want you to put Danny's comment up as well.
I will do. I was going to finish addressing this for a second, gents, and I will put Danny's comment up as well in 1 second. So it might be Man United. I wonder if we can pick and choose the results. No. We're not picking and choosing. We're talking about a distinction here. Why Chelsea were fantastic up until the middle of December, into a title race or the early stages, 1 win away from going top of the league. Why from that point have they beat nobody above them in the form table? Why are their best players in the attack looking poor? The fans are at war with each other over a manager. To ignore that whole conversation, to ignore the form that's been now going on for over 4 months, would be disingenuous and disrespectful to Chelsea fans. It's not about picking and choosing. It's asking why this and why after. I'll give an example about we don't do it with Man United. It's hard because of the comeback, because it becomes a real central figure. But we did speak about it last night, and we mentioned it today, and it will come up in previews to other games. Why were United so good for 70 minutes, and then did they collapse? Your super chat is like me saying, well, why are we focusing on the collapse and the importance of it when we were good for the first 70 minutes? It matters, doesn't it? In the context of a season, starting well and then collapsing is a conversation. It's not about picking and choosing, because I think what makes it worse is that you know that Chelsea can play better, can score goals, can beat teams. So it becomes a conversation. But I really appreciate the super chat. Thank you, D. This is from Danny that says, even if Chelsea has had a striker, they are still conceding way too many goals, and that's facts.
Before we play Ipswich, because people like to cook our defense, right? And for me, our defense definitely needs improvements. Before we played Ipswich, out of all the teams in the league, we had the 3rd best defense in the league, right? When you go break down the metrics even more, the team that has one of the most mistakes, direct mistakes leading to goals, Chelsea are up there, bro, right? Our goalkeeper right now is top of the list, mistakes leading directly to goals. Chelsea are up there, bro. Structurally, our defending has improved. The problem that you've got is you've still got individuals in this team who are not good enough, right? Sanchez is not good enough. Yeah, you've got Chalobah. He's not good enough. Colwell, again, I keep saying, if it was up to me and Vega's still here, I'm playing Vega ahead of him. Badiashile was a better defender than Colwell, but you never know what Badiashile you're going to get. That's the problem that you've got, right? So even though people like to cook our defense, yes, it looks mad at times. It's not as bad as what people make it out to be, bro. How can you be the 3rd best defense in the league, but your defense is horrible and whatnot? I think our defense is like a mid-table defense because we've got mid-table players at the back. That's just the facts of it. You know what I mean?